Welcome, everyone. Here we are. My name's Isaac Edelman here with Rene Rocha. I am the founder of a top Florida sports source called FLTeams.com. And Rene is a fantastic writer with our partner site, thepeachbasket.net. He writes fantastic pieces about the NBA and especially the San Antonio Spurs. And we're going to talk about the San Antonio Spurs tonight. They faced off against the Orlando Magic. And Rene, how was their game tonight? Obviously, the Spurs won, but let's dive deep.
It was, I guess, a better performance from the Spurs standpoint in that they finished the game. They've had a lot of games where they have a lead or are very close in matchups. They have a hard time closing out. They had difficulty starting the game. They started out kind of slow, looked kind of rusty. The Orlando Magic looked pretty strong at the beginning. Mo Bamba especially, very impressive start for him. They got a lead, I guess, late in the first quarter, the Spurs did, and then they basically held on to it the rest of the way, Isaac. There really wasn't much into it. The lead fluctuated from about 13 points to 9. DeJounte Murray for the Spurs played very well tonight. Very solid performance. He had about 21 points, I believe, 11 rebounds and 7 assists, if I'm not mistaken. Keldon Johnson played very well tonight. He finally started doing what we've been waiting for him to do, which is drive, impose his body on people in the lane, which is another way, I guess, of saying being, very forceful towards the basket. We needed him to do that more, and he hasn't really been doing it this season. He did it tonight and looked very strong, amongst other players.
Awesome. And now on the Magic side, again, they are rebuilding, so a loss in this game isn't that, disappointing from a Magic fan standpoint. But again, the Magic don't have any flashy players, and they're still not getting any flashy performances. Cole Anthony again led the Magic in points. Wendell Carter Jr., though, fantastic game, double-double, 13 points and 10 rebounds. That's a good performance from him, and that's what Magic fans want. Who knows how long he'll be on the Magic? Obviously, they have Mo Bamba, who you discussed. But overall, look, the Magic, losing 102 to 89, the Spurs. Who knows if they'll make the playoffs? We'll have to ask Rene on that one. But the Magic losing, we don't really care. But did anything good come out of this loss from the Magic?
I was impressed with Wendell Carter Jr. I did want to mention him. He looks to be a solid inside player. I would not mind him on my team at all. I would find a way to work with that guy. Very impressive. Cole Anthony, as you said. The one thing that I was kind of concerned with was Jalen Suggs, the first-round draft pick. He looks a little out of his depth. Now, I haven't seen him in the other games. I've only seen him in 2 games, which was the season opener against the Spurs in San Antonio and tonight. And he looks out of his depth. And against the Spurs, not to diminish what the Spurs are, but it's an NBA team. And they were getting physical with him, and he might need some G League time. That's the way I see it. But positives from the Magic, they're in rebuild mode. I was discussing this with you earlier. They seem to be on a similar trajectory as the Spurs. They're rebuilding. They got rid of Vooch. They got rid of Aaron Gordon. I don't know, why they decided to move away from those players. To me, it seems like they're kind of pulling the trigger prematurely on those players. But they're rebuilding, and you can see it. There's not a lot to be expected from them, as you said. So I don't know how their fans are reacting to this, but. To lose to the Spurs the way the Spurs are right now, it might not be that shameful, but you definitely don't want to lose at home.
Yeah. Another positive I saw out of this game was Cole Anthony. Besides his 21 points, he got 9 rebounds, which is terrific for a point guard. A few nights ago, he got I think he's consistently getting a lot of rebounds. And again, he's Orlando's point guard. Obviously, we'll see what happens when Markel Fultz comes back, and that's another player that we could discuss later. Obviously, the Magic are not going to rush Markel Fultz to come back to the court because we're going to say this a lot on this show and any other show we do about the Magic this season. They are rebuilding, and they are fine with a loss. They just want to see strides from players. And you discussed Jalen Suggs, and I love that breakdown. They need to see strides from him. Obviously, they're not going to move on from him if he sucks for the next 20 games. And we're not saying that he sucked in tonight's game against San Antonio, but we do need to see some strides. Again, he's a rookie. We understand that he may be roughed up against NBA players, but eventually he's going to have to find, his footing. I want to talk about Franz Wagner. He's looked really good, and he was drafted after Jalen Suggs. What did you think of Wagner tonight?
He was very active, and one of the bright points in an otherwise, downer of a night for them, as far as the loss goes. He looks very engaged, and I like what I see from him. He is, how tall is he? What's his height, Isaac? Because I saw him playing a lot outside, as well as Mo Bamba shooting threes as well. I was kind of surprised at that.
Yeah, he's 6'10", and he's a very valuable, he can play power forward. He's a very, good defensive player. He still needs to work on his offense. But so far in the NBA, I've been very impressed with him on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, he looks to be something, obviously, that they're going to build around young players. They're rebuilding. That's what they do. That's what teams have to go through. The growing pains, I suppose.
Exactly. So let's just quickly go through the stat sheet. Wendell Carter Jr., 13 points and 10 rebounds. Franz Wagner, look, 7 points. But again, defensively, he is a pretty good anchor piece for Orlando. He got 3 rebounds, 4 assists, but his impact, I felt like, was important. I know stats don't always tell the game and what happened, but I feel like he did good. Mo Bamba, 12 points, 7 rebounds. Like I said, Cole Anthony got 21 points. Jalen Suggs, 12 points. You're definitely going to want to see more out of him. Terrence Ross only got 2 points, which is very surprising to me. Terrence Ross was a very, very good bench piece for Orlando last year, and he's obviously on the bench this year. But Terrence Ross is going to need to step up. Obviously, he has a valuable bench role, not just because he's going to come on and be their 6th man, but because of his leadership. Him and Robin Lopez are one of the few veterans on the Magic. R.J. Hampton got 11 points, decent game for him. And now onto the Spurs. The Spurs got a good stat sheet from Keldon Johnson. He got 20 points and 9 rebounds. That's definitely, something you want to see for a young player. Doug McDermott, 10 points, very good. DeJounte Murray, 20 points and 11 rebounds, a double-double from him. I watched his highlights from tonight. He played really well. What do you think of his performance tonight?
He is becoming the player that we've been waiting for 3 or 4 years now. He missed an entire season with an injury about 2 seasons ago. He is turning the corner, and you can definitely see him, and Greg Popovich, getting on the same sheet. They do a lot of talking during games, and there's an exchange between the two of them. He is maturing and becoming that player. I would like to say all-star caliber. We'll see, though. I mean, there's so many point guards in the West right now that you would say would get more consideration. But he's playing really well, really solid. Even as a rookie, Isaac, he was very good at getting in the lane and grabbing rebounds. Again, for a 6'5" point guard, it's pretty impressive.
Absolutely, and I know you brought up Greg Popovich. One thing to note, Jamal Mosley versus Greg Popovich. We got a rookie head coach versus, the most veteran coach you could possibly get in the association. So that's definitely something to note. Now, to wrap up this show, I want to say one last thing. Rene, you do fantastic coverage. Please check out his coverage at thepeachbasket.net. ThePeachBasket.net is a partner of my site. I am the founder of a site called flteams.com. Again, thepeachbasket.net, top NBA source. You can get news, analysis, opinion, especially from Rene. They got some amazing writers. So check them out. And again, check out flteams.com We covered the Magic, the Heat, and all of the Florida teams you can think of, both professionally and in the college. Look, it was a tough loss for the Magic, a very, very good win for the Spurs. Any last thoughts before we head out?
No, I think both teams are just trying to find positives wherever they can. That it's just one of those seasons. You don't want to say the pressure's off, but you know nobody should be heartbroken over every single loss here. Like you said, you want to see strides. That's all.
Awesome. Rene, thanks so much for coming on again. Rene Rocha here with myself, Isaac Edelman. Thanks
Thank
everyone
you.
for watching.
Thank you.